might have misdiagnosed this one. I didn't expect it to be the BCM, but it looks like it probably is going to be that. I just unplugged the other brake switch on top, connected the battery, and now the brake lights are out. So it's most likely going to be a failed switch up there, I believe, as to why the brake lights were on. So looks like a whole different issue than what I thought, but still, yet again, I believe the B2288 is related to the BCM at this point, because with the steering lock disconnected, connected to the other, the response doesn't change at all. What actually, before I condemn it, what I'm going to do is a test between the line. I believe it's the one right in the middle. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the pink cable in the middle goes to the body ECU. I'm going to have to do a test and test that this line is actually not shorted to ground power or anything like that. Once I confirm that line is actually working properly, that's going to pretty much mean that it is the BCM that's at fault. So I'm going to do that test right now. I'll be back with you. Guys, I'm trying to get you a shot of this. It's some valuable information you cannot find anywhere on the internet, man. Like, make sure you like and subscribe. There is the back of the BCM, which is also this fuse box under here. And that is the cable that I unplugged. And all the way to the right, the last pin, is the corresponding pink with the stripes, 2 stripes on it. I'm going to try to show it to you. Oh, that's the brake switch. There it is. So there you go. You see that last pin right here? That is the steering lock ECU communication from the BCM. It would be right here, pin 19, I believe it is. At the beginning of the video, you should have seen that. So I'm going to test this line now and make sure it's good. All right, guys, I'm back probed onto that middle pink wire, and also vice versa up there, and I've ran it down to this yellow cable, connected my test light to it, and I'm getting the ground, which is my ground feed from my power probe type device. And if I run a power now to this test light, I get a strong light. So that tells me that my cable is good. Also, if I remove my ground from here, and now I have nothing, absolutely nothing. I have no grounds, no power, nothing whatsoever. So that tells me there's no interference on that cable, and that cable is good. So that's going to be the BCM under here. That is bad. So I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I have to call it the BCM that's bad, is where the problem is at, and not the steering lock ECU. I mean, yeah, as I originally thought it would be for this video. So it ended up changing to be the BCM. So we're going to have to reprogram that BCM down there. So I got to get a replacement. So this video is going to be a little bit longer than I expected. So I'm going to pull that out right now, start disconnecting. Since you can't find this stuff anywhere, to get this panel out, there's a 10mm bolt right here. You kind of pull this out, remove the 10mm bolt. Behind the airbag, it's very easy, 2 8mm. Right at the back, you remove them with your wrench, and there's a regular Phillips head right here in this corner, and that's it. This panel comes off. All right, 4 10mm, one here, one there, and one in the bottom corner, easy to get to. And then you can pull this down, and there is the body control module. They call it the main body ECU, and that's it. That's what we got to get to replace. That's most likely going to be our culprit here. And this does require programming. This is part of the immobilizer system as well. So we are going to have to reprogram this once we replace it. All right, boys, there it is for the record. This is what it looks like when it's out. There's the fuse panel. By the way, like and subscribe, man. This stuff is not on the internet. Google it. You won't find it. Search here on YouTube. You won't find it. 2 hidden fuses back here, by the way. This is going to throw a lot of people off. I don't know why in the world Toyota does stuff like this, but they do. All right, guys, I got the replacement connected back up. Just plugged in. I plugged back in the motor, and let's see what errors we get. I'm expecting error on this one because this is not synced to this vehicle, and this should error. So let's find out what we get. Right, first thing that's different, when I connected the battery, what was happening before was the dash would just automatically come on, the ignition would turn on. With this replacement module, the ignition did not turn on, and I had to turn it on with the button, and I could not turn it off also as well. It would just stay on green. Now it responds normally as it should, so that's a good sign. So let's see what we got. Okay, I got no error message, but I do have the security light flashing like once every second. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, the security light is flashing. So I'm going to break out the IM608 and redo the security on this. I'm connected with the IM608. It's saying I need to be connected to the network. Let's see if this is going to connect. All right. Okay. Read. All right. 1754. Yep, that's us. Wait, Camry, smart key. We'll go to control unit, keyless system, ECU synchronization. See if we can get it from here. Let's try this. Learn smart key next to the start button. There it is. It says learning succeeded. I'm not sure if this one would have got the BCM. Let's give it a try. All right, guys. I got to pick back up on this. I did a little bit more digging, and I kind of had it mixed up on that BCM. They call it the body ECU. It basically acts as a traspaso. What do you say? It's like a pass-through. It just passed through communications from the steering lock ECU to the smart box and vice versa. It appears I didn't see anything that says that there's any certification or ID for the actual BCM. So it appears that it's purely pass through. So at this point, I'm going to change the brake switch, because the brake switch actually has a lot to do with being able to turn it off and on, and this one being faulty definitely has something to do with it. Also, I put back the old original body control module, and when I did that, with the brake switch disconnected, I did not get the error of the what do you call this thing? The steering lock module, the B2288. It did not come up. But as soon as with the car ignition on, as soon as I connect the brake switch and the light goes green. Oh, by the way, that's one of the reasons why the light was not going green on the replacement BCM, is because the brake switch wasn't plugged in. The brake switch sends the signal to where it would make the light green. So I did try it on the new BCM, and the light did go green, but still the security light was flashing. On the original BCM, as soon as I plugged in the brake switch, I got a green light on the start button, but I got the same error, B2288, and steering lock response, wait time over, whatever it was. So next step I'm going to do is get the brake switch and put that in and let's see if there's any changes. It would be kind of crazy if the whole thing has to do with a bad brake switch that's just sending something really crazy on the network. But we're gonna put a replacement switch in there and see what happens. Pick back on up on this.